Farah Hanoun for MMA Junkie alongside Frank Hickman, who will be in Rafael Fiziev's corner. He takes on Justin Gaethje in the co-main event of UFC 286 on Saturday. Frank, how are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. And how's fight week been for you guys so far?
It's been good. Rafael got in last week. He got in on Wednesday, I believe. I came in on Friday. Rest of the boys got in early this week. It's just been good. You know, we've been walking around a bit, enjoying the sights in London. London has some good things to offer. The food. We found this Turkish spot where they show us a lot of hospitality and love. So, eating, hanging out, relaxing, training, taking it easy. Yeah.
When you guys get the name Justin Gaethje, fans were super excited. I'm sure you guys were as well.
Yeah, when it got announced, I had no idea, so I was excited for of course Rafa and that that's handled with his manager Saya and stuff. So, but nonetheless, I was thrilled for him. Rafa's put himself in a position to challenge for a potential title fight. You know, if he gets past this, and he's definitely not looking past Justin Gaethje because this is an extremely difficult fight. But couldn't be happier for Rafa. Again, the position he's put himself in. And yeah, we get to see him showcase some skills come Saturday night.
And I asked both guys this question. Are we going to see wrestling at all in this fight? Because they're both elite strikers. And both of them seemed like they weren't really saying no. So in your opinion, do you think we're going to see some wrestling?
I mean, as a wrestling coach, you always prepare for everything, wrestler or non-wrestler. You want to prepare for the worst. If Justin wants to wrestle, then Rafa's more than capable of handling that situation, defensively and offensively. Rafa is a complete MMA fighter. He's not just good at his striking. He's good at that because that's what you've seen. But I've also seen him stop a lot of takedowns and get takedowns of his own. So, with that, there is always a threat of it. But again, in an MMA fight, you have to be ready for all angles.
And Justin's obviously a decorated collegiate wrestler. What do you make of his wrestling? We don't get to see too much of it in MMA, but what do you make of what you've seen?
Listen, when you have as an All-American he was in college, you always have wrestling as a tool in your back pocket. Just because you don't see him do it in his fights, you may not see that this time around. You may see him want to do some wrestling. And again, you cannot take any credit away from his skill set. He's, has some serious power on his hands, as far as his knockouts and everything. He's definitely got some wrestling in his repertoire. Will we see it? We don't know. But again, Rafael will be ready for whatever.
And I think fans are salivating or hoping for a stand-up battle between the two of them. How do you see this one playing out on the feet?
I think Rafael can dictate where this fight goes. Obviously, on his feet is where he's the most comfortable. So, Rafa just needs to go in there, get his distance, and get comfortable right away. And then once that happens and his IQ takes over, it could be a long night for Justin.
Justin seems to lure people into wars, and he thrives most of the times. Rafa is a very technical striker, not that he hasn't gone into these firefights, but you guys tell him try to avoid that and kind of stay technical?
Yeah, I mean, in this sport, if you want to have a career with the longevity of being successful in it, you want to hit somebody and not get hit. I know people talk about that, but it is the truth. You don't want to have 12 fights and 12 of them being absolute bloodbath wars. You want to also be smart, strategic. So when you get older in life, you can enjoy, some of the simpler things. So for Rafael, if that opens up, then maybe. But I think Rafael is smart enough, and he's been in these situations before, knows where he needs to put himself and not overcommit, not undercommit.
What's a perfect night look for Rafael? I know experience is everything, and he's had almost 5 rounds with Rafael dos Anjos, a late finish. A quick finish will be great for his momentum, but do you like to see him thrive in kind of the longer fights?
Of course, a quick finish would definitely be a statement made, and would probably put him in a contention at the front of the line. But just seeing Rafael have fun, when he's having fun and he's in there and he can kind of get into his flow and does what he does, that's when you see the best of Rafael. So I think he's got a lot of support and everybody's behind him, and just looking for an exciting fight.
Wanted to ask you also about Islam and Alexander Volkanovski. Yeah. You were obviously in Volkanovski's corner. Close fight. What did you make of the way it went down?
Yeah, I thought, again, I'll get some criticism for this, but I think we had done enough to win the fight. Hats off to Islam and his team. But I'm extremely proud of Alex and the way he carried himself up to that point, the way he took the challenges, moving up a weight class, the way he proved a lot of people wrong, the way he was able to get back to his feet and still stick to his game plan. Of course, he didn't walk away with the win, but again, like he had said, he became a better person, a better fighter for that. So, and I'm also excited because this opens up the door of a bit of a rivalry. You know, I surely don't think this will be the last that we see of Islam fighting Alex. Definitely wanted to see that rematch again, and like they had discussed, maybe in Abu Dhabi. So, again, when that opportunity presents himself, but I think for Alex, his focus is, as of now, from what I've seen on just Instagram, is Yair Rodriguez for the featherweight belt in July.
And we got to see a lot of wrestling as expected. I think you guys expected Islam to try and grapple. Is there anything that surprised you at all?
No, we knew how good Islam was at grappling, at wrestling. And again, hats off to Joe Lopez, Eugene, Craig. We all put our heads together. We watched heaps of film, and we tried to critique and break it down as much as we could. I think we did a good job. I think next time we'll do a better job of it. But like I said, no, it was good. Like I said, it's opened the door for a good of a rivalry. So excited to see where it goes from here.
It was a super close fight. So where do you feel like kind of a mistake perhaps that Alex made or something that could have swayed the judges in his favor?
No, I think when you look back, it's however you score a couple of the rounds. You know, round 2 and 3. At the time, I thought we had won 2 and 3 was a swing match. But now looking at it, the swing round, looking back at it, I think 3 was ours and the swing round was 2. And again, Alex won the 5th, but lost the 1st and the 4th. But again, it was a great fight. It was an unbelievable atmosphere. It was huge for the country of Australia. I know he's gained a lot of followers from it. A lot of people are on board with him. So again, great fight.
What do you do differently if you guys get the rematch?
What do we do differently? Try to knock him out. You know, I mean, that's always what you want to do. Again, as the next fight does approach itself down the line, that's another couple years of Alex just building to his arsenal, just, you know, putting more time into the bank and building a skill set. So next time it'll be different.
You mentioned Yair Rodriguez. He fought on the same night. Looked very impressive. What did you think of his performance?
I think Yair is he's a great striker. You know, he definitely deserves to be the next one in line for Alex. You know, he fought for the interim belt, had an impressive performance, got a second round finish. So hats off to him and his team. Look forward to competing against him and his team. Nothing but the best. Hope they have a great camp. I know it's definitely motivated Alex a bit more. So hopefully this time around, as always, you'll probably see the best Alex.
I'll leave it at that, Frank. I appreciate the time. Best of luck on Saturday.
Thank you, man.